Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your twin flame, twin soul, love connection, souls and separation, whatever you want to call it. Reading for June 2020. I do refer to twin flames. I use the reference twins, divine feminine, divine masculine, because that's the experience that I'm familiar with. But take the message for how it resonates, less about the label, less about the titles, less about the signs, more about how it made you feel. Okay, it is a general reading, so it's not going to be for everybody. There's might be a little bit in here for everybody, and there is an extended version if you feel like this is your story. So you can purchase the extended version in the description box below. It's a membership to the Patreon community that we have, and it is $8.88 a month, and you get access to all the extendeds as well as the additional content. I'll explain throughout the video what you actually get in the extended, just so you know. Okay. My cat decided she needed attention. Anyways, not that that's your issue. All right, let's kind of see the current energy between you and the other person. I do read for the divine feminine and the divine masculine. I tend to read for the divine feminine, with the divine masculine being the other twin, but the energy is always interchangeable, okay? All right, realization. Dang, okay. So we have a 3 here, and then we have patience. Very interesting, these two combinations together. We technically have 4 3s if you want to look at it. So 3 is going to be a pivotal number for you this month. Things will come in 3s. You'll be seeing combinations of 3s. It could be that there's 3 third-party situations involved here. It might not be, okay? So again, just take what resonates. We have a realization, though. We have a realization of something, and I feel like it's something that's going to be communicated, but not until, because we have a 36, we have a 9, okay? Not until something else comes to an end, okay? So having to be patient. It could be that the divine masculine is having a realization that you're his counterpart or her counterpoint. Again, there's no gender. It could be a realization of what this journey actually means for you. Okay, so let's kind of see where these cards play out. In the extended version, we talk about what needs to be surrendered in the energy between both for the divine feminine and the divine masculine. We talk about blockages being removed, lessons being learned, as well as external influences for the both of you. Okay, but I want to look into the divine feminine energies right now. So I just want to make sure that they're all right side up. All right, so let's see where the divine feminine is at right now. Okay, so we have we have the 3 of Cups. We have the Emperor on the bottom. Okay, so we have Aries energy showing up here. This is divine masculine energy. It could be that the divine feminine's allowing the divine masculine energy in her to rise. We have the 3 of Cups. This is Cancer energy, but we have, so the thing is, though, it came up in reverse. So miscommunication, feeling left out, love triangles. We kind of talked about the third party situation. Part of it, for some of you, and this isn't going to be all of you, some of you are keeping the third-party situations in your life because you don't see your value elsewhere. And that's not going to be for everybody. Some of you, there's a lot of guilt. But for some of you, there's an issue of value, of not seeing your worthiness of real love, okay? But it's all coming up for you for a reason. And there's a lot of disputes, a lot of miscommunication, 2 people not seeing eye to eye. And then we have the 4 of Wands, which is Aries energy, okay? And it came up, this is a union card, okay? So I feel like you want a better relationship in your life, for some of you, regardless of whether it's your counterpart or not. Stability in the home and family is what really is coming up right now. That's kind of what you're really aiming for, is wanting that stability. And you're not really getting it right now. So I feel like maybe that's why the Emperor is here. Not so much that your divine masculine is going to come in and create that for you, but for you to let the divine masculine in you rise up and create that for yourself. Okay. All right, so what is looping in your mind right now? What is on your mind? We've got some work, we've got some business, we have the High Priestess, very interesting. So we have the Five of Pentacles, okay? So your mind patterns, the way that you mentally think about things or process or problem solve, is a direct result of the issues or the experiences you had in your childhood, okay? Childhood wounds. The Five of Pentacles, okay, coming up is health or financial difficulties, but it also always signifies to me that there are childhood wounds at play here. We had the King of Pentacles come up though, okay? So the King of Pentacles is entrepreneurial energy, business, getting down to business, okay? You could be focused a lot on your work right now. This is the energy of somebody that's a confident, warm leader, but also wants success. And sometimes this comes up as focusing a lot on work instead of the emotional, again, that's not going to be for everybody, okay? But not focusing enough on your own healing, but trying to, and everything happens, I'm going to say this, okay, because there's no judgment in anything that ever comes through. Everybody has the path that they need to take. If your path is focusing on getting financial stability for yourself so that you can focus on your healing, then have at her, okay? As long as you understand that your healing also needs to be a priority at some point, okay? And then we have the High Priestess, okay? So Pisces, Virgo, Scorpio. So the High Priestess is these, dreams, powerful psychic visions, serendipity, spidey senses, intuition. But she's also about understanding I feel like in your mind, you know that there's something else going on here. There's something that you're not seeing. Your spidey senses are tingling, but you can't put two and two. You're not really, you feel like you're missing the mark somewhere. But this is really about training you to trust your inner voice beyond what you're seeing in the physical, beyond what you're getting here face to face. You are being guided to trust your inner voice and know that that's the truth for your reality, okay? All right. So let's go ahead and see what's coming up in your emotions right now, because our emotions say a lot about where we are at, okay? So we have the Magician with a Chariot. Beautiful. Okay, the Chariot is a very forceful, determined energy. It's a Cancer energy. We're heading into Cancer season. But this comes up a lot in the twin flame readings for me because it signifies whether you are driving your chariot or somebody else is, and it's sort of like, are you the horse or are you the driver? Okay, who are you in your life? What is your intentions? Realigning your focus to what is important for you, okay, versus what everybody else wants or expects. Then we have the Magician, okay? So we have this very magical energy, this energy of somebody that has all of the skills and resources, okay? So I feel like you feel like that. You feel like you're ready to start making these changes, okay? But then we have the Nine of Swords. There's so much fear in that, but the fear that's coming up is just a messenger. It's just part of your programming that's coming up to saying this programming's outdated and it can't handle these new advancements coming in your life, these new changes. So you have to update your programming, okay? So yeah, so focus on what's going well for you. That's going to help stem. It's going to get you to a place where you can actually create change, because it's going to stem the fear a little bit. But just understanding that a fear, like I said, a fear is a messenger of the wound. The fear comes out when you've gotten close to a wound and the wound doesn't want to be bothered. It wants to stay where it's buried. So fear will keep coming up to sort of like a warning, a security system. And so the concept is, if you can just follow the fear far enough into the wound, you can heal the wound and you no longer will feel the fear of your future, okay? In the extended version, we talk about how the Divine Feminine's being affected by the connection, as well as how you're viewing the masculine and the connection at this time. So we're going to get into the masculine's energy right now and just see if their sign comes up, all the better. If not, don't take so much about the sign as you can about the message that's coming through with the cards, okay? All right, let's kind of see. I want to make sure they're right side up. All right, let's get a few cards where this masculine, group of masculines is at, okay? So we have the Three of Swords. We have painful separation for them. Embrace the pain and heal through it is the guidance with this, but I feel like a lot of shadows are coming to light for them. It is a Libra energy. Okay, so they could have Libra in their chart somewhere, in their astrological natal chart. Okay, actually, I don't know why I put that there. It was an underlying energy. So they could be feeling the pain of being separated from the divine feminine. I feel like this is most likely pain in their life. Very interesting. Okay, so the first one that came up, again, Five of Pentacles. Look at that, because that was your underlying energy, okay, what was on your mind. We have the Five of Pentacles showing up here, okay, so childhood trauma. Again, feeling left out, worried about security, so feelings of abandonment. This is Taurus energy, by the way. And then we have the King of Wands, okay? So wanting to, it's very interesting, Cancer, Leo energy. What I get here is very interesting because we have somebody who wants to strike out and do these really amazing things, but they're not really understanding how they got in the situation in the first place. There's been some healing. They've done some healing around stuff, but I don't think they understand how deep it goes. I feel like maybe that's why the Three of Swords is here, because there's going to be some emotional triggers coming up for them so that they can be more hands-on with their own healing. I feel like, because I think I'm gonna go into this, so just bear with me. As a society, we do band-aid healing, okay? So an example, if you're in addictions or you need recovery, there's not a whole lot of depth as to how the addiction began in the first place. Like, there's not actually going into the wound and healing it and walking through it. There's sort of an acknowledgement of it. And there's a lot of making amends for all of the things you may have done, but it's a surface healing. There's not that whole let's dig this up and uproot it. So they're at this point where they've done a surface healing, and I'm not saying they've dealt, maybe they have had addictions, I'm not saying that, but whatever their wounds are, they've surface healed them at this point, and they feel like they're ready to jumpstart into whatever life they want. But the trouble is that wound is still there because they didn't uproot it. So they're bringing it into this new life. So I feel like that's kind of where, you guys are at this, like, hanged man energy, until the masculine has their tower moment that's going to bring things into reality for them, so that they have to deal with those wounds once and for all. You could be in their life when that happens. You could be that grounded, solid support for them. That is not where you're at right now, and that is not where they're at. So just so you know, that's part of what the delay is, and it's okay, because it's all divine timing. If they experience a tower moment and you came into their life to help them, you would negate your own healing. You wouldn't be doing what you need to do to heal yourselves, feminine. So just know that it's that, because we would want to help them as our counterpart. It's our natural inclination. We help people that aren't our counterparts. So be mindful of that. Okay. All right. So what is on their mind right now? Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, okay. Well, we'll take that too. We have the Magician on the bottom. Very interesting. Okay. That's where you're feeling, and this is what's on their mind. Okay. Sort of like, this masculine group is actually very hopeful. Okay, sort of like that guy that walks into a casino and knows he's gonna win, kind of a deal. We have the Wheel. Okay, so I feel like when the Wheel comes up in a thought, it's sort of like, let's see what it's paired with. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so on their mind, okay, if they're in a third-party situation, or you are, they know that whatever this karmic situation is, because we have karmic lessons and we have the Three of Pentacles, which signifies to me a third party or a karmic relationship. Capricorn energy, by the way, and Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius energy. But this is them understanding that things are coming to an end, and they might not know how, but they just know things are over. Whether they've acted on those things or not is, you know, again, if it's their relationship, you know, maybe they haven't taken action, but they know in their conscious mind that it's over. And if you're in a relationship, they are thinking about how it's over. Okay. They just know that it's not going to work. They just know and trust, probably more than you do at this point. Okay. Because they're not embroiled in the thick of things. All right. So what are they feeling in their emotions right now, these divine masculines? Okay. What are they feeling in their emotions? Okay. Yeah. So we have the Tower. Didn't we talk about this? So we have Aries, Scorpio, unexpected change, beliefs challenged, unsure of who you are, okay? Tearing down illusions. Then we have the Ten of Wands. I think they're kind of just exhausted by their emotions. They're not able to deal with them how they normally would. Yeah, we have the Queen of Wands here. So we have Pisces, Aries energy. But this is sort of like empowerment, being forced to empower yourself. Yeah, they're feeling a lot of emotions, but they're not really sure how to handle them, because how they've always handled their emotions isn't working. So they're sort of confused. It's overwhelming. And it's just like, if you can imagine, you know, and I do this as a divine feminine. I don't know if everybody does, but for me, you know, when I'm feeling out of sorts in my life, I want to look in on my divine masculine. I want to connect to him. I want to feel safe. I want to feel secure. Because there's that sense of belonging that you don't have with anyone else, regardless of whatever's transpired between the two of you. And for them, it's the same thing, constantly thinking about you, constantly wanting to know what's up with you and wanting things to end for you, because their human self is still like, this will solve all my problems, but the universe won't allow that to happen. So don't worry too much about that. You know, let the universe take the wheel, because it will do a better job than, you know, we think we can. It's far greater than us and far older, far more experienced. In the extended version, we talk about what they're actually dealing with in the physical right now, as well as how they're viewing the divine feminine and the connection. So I want to take a look at what is evolving and healing in the connection between the two of you right now. Very interesting. Okay, yeah. So two very, very opposite ends of things. We have worry and we have humor. Okay. So I feel like, and again, I'm being shown that rocking chair, where it's kind of like when you worry about something, it's kind of like the rocking chair. It doesn't actually take you anywhere or help you. It doesn't actually change an outcome. And then we have humor. So choose to focus on the lighter side of life. I feel like things have been so, and this is very much a twin flame thing, where things are always so intense and so serious that we forget to have fun. It's not to say that when things are good, you guys aren't having fun together, but it's just like in the throes of things, things are very intense, and we're very much processing not only our own stuff, but collectively we're purging stuff. So be mindful of that. And sometimes I'm saying this to some certain people, I don't know who it is, but it's okay to take a break. It's okay to just take the break and have fun, do something that isn't productive. Just allow yourself to enjoy the moment and enjoy the day and enjoy company with other people. I think it's going to allow you to allow your what is it? Is it the cortisol? There's something in our system that reacts to stress and worry. Okay, it allows that to settle so that your energy can settle. It's more for your physical self than it is for your emotional, spiritual, or mental self. Okay, it's very much a physical thing that's going to help you. Okay, but it is healing. Things are going to get lighter when you start to trust more in yourself and more in the universe and how much it's supporting you. You're going to be able to let go of certain things, okay? And that's worry is one of them. In the extended version, we go into what you can do right now to move yourself forward, and how your counterpart wants to move forward with you. Okay, and your future outcome, as well as a message from their higher self. But right now we're going to end off with some guidance from the fairies, because they always just bang it out. Yeah. Okay, so Princess of Spring. It's time to go after your dreams. Do something that expands your horizons. Let your creativity take flight. Okay. So we have the Two of Winter at the bottom, okay? Allow your creativity, your joy, and your happiness to help you make a decision, because it says indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. Feeling trapped between the intellectual and the emotional. Yeah, there's a conflict between the head and the heart here, okay? But the more you step into your creativity, your excitement, your happiness, the easier it's going to be to make those decisions. So again, you can purchase the extended version in the description box below. Be your peace, love yourself, share your light, and have an amazing month, Sagittarius.